So, wherever you're living now, be it in the US, in Europe, especially in the Gulf region, or in the emerging markets, your big concern now that prices are going up. Every time you go to a supermarket or you go to fill up your tank with gas, you see that prices going up, up, and up. And you have a major concern. What's going to happen to your saving? Already your saving is dwindling if you've had any saving. Your salary is not enough, and you read in the news and you experience firsthand in the US, it hasn't been for the longest time, 40 years, and the inflation is very high. In Europe, 9 and 10% is the inflation rate. In other countries, in Lebanon, 1000% is the inflation. It's a special case. In Turkey, 100%, 125%. So wherever you go, there are price increase. And the Fed, maybe in the coming 2 weeks, they're going to raise the interest rate again. And this is going to send the jittery of price increase again. The war that doesn't seem to be ending between Russia and Ukraine is sending, and now the winter is coming. People are scared what's going to be their bill for electricity and gas and everything that relates to utilities. So what do we do? Well, it's not enough that we worry. Worrying is not going to do anything to help us better our case. We work on our circle of influence. Our circle of influence is something we can do to reduce our cost and increase our income. These are two things we should tackle and work on and sit and have a deep thinking of what is it that we're going to do. So, today we're going to discuss 5 different things that we should consider in order for us to survive this epidemic of cost increase across the globe. Wait with me. Okay, first of all, if you had the plan of opening a new business, you have a new idea, a venture on your mind, you're very excited, a lot of enthusiasm, and you see that's gonna do the work for you, but you have a job and you're confused. What is it that I should do? Leave my job and go and invest and take the risk, and I see that it's gonna happen for me. I suggest you wait. Okay. Now, whilst you are on the job, you can do some work to advance your idea for the new job, for the new business. And there's a lot of things that you can do. You can increase your network, you can revisit the idea. Maybe you can check it while you are working. Maybe you can send do surveys, attract new investors, rework the idea itself, test it, and don't leave before you are very sure that this is an idea that can work in the surrounding environment, in the financial crisis you are there. So, if it's a commodity, if it's something that people are needing, not wanting, they will pay for it no matter what, even if the market is down, even the prices are going up. Remember that the pricing that went in your idea, they're increasing day after day. So you have to see for its profitability, the potential of this business to be working. You have to revisit it day after day. Once you decide, I suggest do not burn your bridges. Don't burn the ships. Maintain a good relationship with your existing employer. And if you have to go back and the idea does not work out correctly as you wanted it, and it's not generating income as you need it, then you can always go back. Remember, if you're making, say, $2,000 and you need to sell, you need about $100,000 if your margin is only 2%. If it's 20%, okay, so what you do is you have to check what are your expectation of this business, how much money you need to get in order to break even with your current employment package. If it's going to be the same or it's going to be less, maybe it's not worthwhile, except if it's very, very promising. Number two, you've got to stop immediately buying expensive products. Now, this may sound very normal, and I'm not telling you anything new, but hey, a lot of people are accustomed to buying expensive food, delicatessen, expensive clothing. I'm not saying jewelry or an expensive diamond or no, but expensive clothes can break the bank sometimes. So what you do is don't get lured into discounts in bad days, bad financial days. Two things the merchants, the retailers will do. They will discount the prices, which will be very luring, and they will give you credit. So, hey, buy now, pay later. Do not be fooled by it. You have to calculate it correctly. Don't don't think for a minute that hey, it's free money, it's free merchandise. No. You're going to have to pay for it if it's not sooner than later. And the later you pay for it, the more interest is going to be accrued, and you pay interest first. So be careful what you sign on. Okay? This is very important. Many of us have this impulsive buying. We've got to buy it. It feels good. Now, maybe you can channel your self satisfaction, your self realization in something else. Maybe it's time for you to read this book and make a summary of it and share it with your friend, or build a blog online, or maybe also a website, something that can give you pleasure other than just buying and make yourself satisfied with your buying. Number three, listen to that. You gotta redefine and check the difference between what is it a liability and what's an asset. Now, you need to buy an asset that's good for you. An asset in the financial investment thinking is anything that can generate income for you. So, in bad financial times, do you want to spend your hard earned dollars on a new car? No, because a new car, if you're paying a lease every month, you are getting yourself a new burden. You don't know, in these new era of bad financials, maybe you'll be laid off. Maybe you'll be asked to take a leave, or maybe they will ask to reduce your salary instead of letting you go, because the whole organization is suffering. So you will take your chance of staying, but at a reduced salary, and opportunities are scarce. So what did you do with your car, your new car? You sell it off and you lose. You lose your lease, you lose the monies you've invested in it, the down payment. So this is something very painful if you lose a major down payment. So instead of buying a car thinking that hey, it's an asset while it's really a liability, If you're able to buy a car so you can generate income from it by using it as a taxi, renting it out, uh, Uber, or any way to generate additional income to your salary, that's a good idea. Like buying a house or an apartment. Also, that can be a liability for the same reason of we stated for the car. If you lose your job, you will lose the house, you will lose the down payment, and that's going to be very painful. If you buy an apartment and you rent it out and it pays off for itself, then yes, you're getting yourself a good deal, and that's called asset rather than liability. So you go for it, but you calculate all the costs associated and you check the value, the market value of the houses in the neighborhood. You look for the right neighborhood where renting is not stagnant. Renting the apartment is always a hot thing, and your renting prices can go up, so your earning can go up to level up with the inflation. Number four, look for additional source of income. Look at what you do. Are you an accountant in a firm? Can you give private lessons at night for accounting or auditing or finance, financial management? Can you give a lecture from time to time? Can you open a blog and get advertisement income? What can you do to increase your net income? The idea is always to be cash afloat, to have a positive cash flow. And it's by earning more than spending. This is the name of the game, positive cash flow. And you will have to remember this as long as you live, and especially in these dire times. So, what else can you do? Can you teach part time? Can you give lectures? Can you give music lessons? What is it that can bring you income to get additional source so that you can cover up some of your expenses? Number five, finally, but it's not the least, the best investment you can do is invest in yourself. Now we hear it, all the time, but what does it mean? If you have some money you want to spend it on sharpening your saw, on getting more professional in doing your job by taking some courses. They could be free courses. Maybe you get yourself the habit of reading 15 or 20 minutes a day. This little things, if you make it a habit, it will exponentially increase your professional value. And you can get on YouTube, you can get into different courses, being financial, managerial, engineering, any type of course that can add value to your profession whilst you're on the job is going to help you get promoted. Remember, at dire times, businesses will lay off people. They will maintain the good elements. And these good elements, they may have a good increase in salaries if they are the right ones. If you're efficient, if you're very productive, effective in doing your job, and your boss is happy with you, and there is more budget for promotion or bonuses, you will get it. So work on that And remember, the best investment in the long run is what you put in your brain and in your heart. Invest in yourself. Finally, remember that these are bad times, but just like the stock market, there are ups and there are downs. Okay? Wait. Do not consider that, hey, I have changed my habitual lifestyle. Oh, no more desires, no more going out, no more wants, no more holidays. No, think of it as a delaying of desires. It's not gonna happen this year. We're not gonna go to the Bahamas. We're not gonna go to, a nice place to on the beach, but we will go after 1 year or after 2 years. It's just delaying this trip. Now it's time to save every penny. Be careful how you spend it. Look for deals. Shop for value. Increase your knowledge of substitute and use the substitute. You may never have used this or that product that is cheaper or it conceived less value. Perhaps it has a value, even maybe bigger value, but it's channeled and it's packaged and it's branded as cheaper. Do not underestimate the cheaper product. Good luck, hold tight, and see you in better times.